Hi, this is Richie. He's a 5-year-old gelding that belongs to me. He's out of Chipped and Chocolate, and he is pretty much sat on the back burner and been an unfortunate trainer's horse. So he has come along pretty slowly, just because that's how it happens. And I had received him as a 2-year-old, and he was pretty immature physically and mentally. So it took him quite a while for him to kind of find his body and find his brain. So anyhow, a few years later now, we're sitting with, I need to get a few horses off my plate, and he is finally getting some attention. Now this video was shot just a couple days ago, and it's kind of our first time out in the outdoor again. It's been a while with weather being here in Minnesota and all. So you'll see he's not 100% finished. You will see me going into his head a fair amount. The jog, rating wise, he's quite set that way. He's got a, he doesn't try to rush at all, but he will get a little looky from time to time. And I just got to remind him to put his head lying down. I've got a very mild bit in there, just kind of a split shank, and it's just a kind of a glorified Tom Thumb, and so it's not got a lot of bite to it. But he is right at the stage where he is just learning that keep the neckline level and keep the top line coming along. So he used to be one that liked to kind of carry his head high and he uses shoulders for pulling himself. So he is probably about a month out, according to my program, from being able to go off to a horse show and start showing in the pen and get his feet wet. He has been hauled before, and he does quite well. He's a real sweet gelding, and he's been down the road a lot, so he's not afraid of anything that way. Right there, a horse nickered, and they were switching horses around at noontime, and he knows that that's feed time, so when he heard that, he had to check it out a little bit. But you'll see me go to 2 hands here. He's not quite ready yet for me to do 1 hand. And what you'll see here is he's looking a little unsteady, a little unsure. He has only been back into training for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. And right now, this first part of the lope, you'll see him trying to pull a little bit. What that is the unsteadiness in the legs comes from him wanting to bring his neckline up, and I'm just asking him to keep it down there. So the hiccuping and that head bobbing is not something that's going to stay there. I can say that because I know him, and I know where we're at in the training process. I really hate to put videos out at this point in the training, just because some people can't see through that, and I'm hoping that if you're watching this and you're one of the people that I'm putting this out for, you will have the eye to be able to see what the potential is here. So he's just getting strengthened up, so some of that is strength, and some of it, since this video was shot, I did have him chiroed. So he did have a rib out at the time, as well as he was out in his pole. So I think that's what some of that fight was about. But you can see that he's got some real soft legs, and as he goes along back and forth here, I kind of take him back and forth, and I'm just asking him to balance back a little bit, and you'll see him sit back on his hock and push from behind, and free up in the face. Now when he gets this figured out, which I figure it's only going to take about another week, week and a half, and he'll have that figured out pretty well, he should have the same top line in the lope that he has in the jog. That is, like I said, according to what I know my program will do for this horse. Now I can't say anything about another program, and another program might do it just as well, or it might not get it, or it might do it better. I don't know, but I can only say what I know about my program and what it does. So you can see he was a little locked up on that right cheek there. I was fighting with that a little bit, but I'm really excited to see he was really progressing even with that, with those obstacles there. So I look forward to seeing how much more supple he is once we get back on his back after having had that chiro just today. So But I wanted to make sure that I got something out there. He is for sale as at a price that somebody can make some very good money off of him. You can see here he's a little more rounded. He's paying a little more attention now. And you can see where he gets when he gets locked in a little bit. And like I said, that leaping stuff is not what he's going to be in the end. He will be a very smooth, flowing, consistent legged horse. He's not going to be a bobber. I don't have head bobbing horses, not when they're finished. But when I'm in this stage where you're catching me right now, like I said, you're catching me in a stage, he is trying to find himself. He is trying to figure out how to be confident in the nose and take that nose out, as well as carry his balance on his hindquarters. So that is what we're working on right now. I figure that, like I said, he will be able to, if I keep him in training and going along like I have, I figure a month from now, if I'm able to find a show where I don't have to do client horses so much, I'm going to try to get him into the show pen and take him through there, put him in a green class or whatever. His speed is just about there, and that will finish out the rest of the way as he figures out the top line at the lope. So you can see how pretty that top line is going to be when he relaxes it out and finishes out his balance and his strength. Like I said, right now it's the strength factor after sitting for, he's been sitting for like 6 months, and he's got about 2 weeks under saddle now like this, and he has learned a whole lot in the last little bit. So if you do end up interested in checking him out and wanting to come and try him out, he is going to keep in full-time training now that I have time. And if you want to go ahead and give me a call, you have my phone number, 218-251-2470. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you might have about him. And you could go ahead and come and check him out and see if he would be the right personality for you. And by that time he should be probably out of the martingale and going in a regular bit like he is right there. Thank you for watching this video and hope you enjoyed it.